Have you ever stopped, truly stopped, to ask yourself, what truly accompanies conflict in your life? Not just the anger you feel in arguments, the competition you face in work, or the battles you wage against obstacles, but at your core, when strife erupts, do you recognize the twin shadows that always follow? Horror that paralyzes and fear that scatters resolve. In the thunderous epics of ancient Greece, where gods walked among mortals and wars raged under divine gaze, Homer painted Ares, the god of war, with his constant companions, horror and fear. These weren't mere embellishments. They were a chilling truth, echoing the Delphic call to know thyself. War and all conflict never comes alone. It brings Deimos and Phobos, terror and panic, turning battles into chaos of the soul as much as the body. But what does that mean? How do we face conflict without letting horror and fear dominate in a world full of daily wars, personal, professional, global? Every day, we enter strife unprepared for its shadows. What debates escalate into dread? What challenges awaken anxiety? What rivalries breed paralysis? From the first tension of morning, we fight. Arguments with loved ones, pressures at work, inner struggles with doubt. And in this fighting, we rarely acknowledge, am I battling only the opponent, or also the horror and fear that war always unleashes? Are you waging conflict with eyes open to its companions, or blindsided by the terror they bring? Countless battles are lost not to enemies, but to these twins, realizing too late that horror freezes action, fear scatters focus, turning winnable fights into routes, strong positions into panic, brave hearts into trembling. But those who master true warfare, those who truly prevail in life's conflicts, account for horror and fear. They know no strife is clean. These companions ride with Ares always. They understand that victory demands confronting not just the foe, but the inner terror and panic that amplify every blow. Reflect on history's warriors against fear. They didn't deny the twins. They outmaneuvered them. Winston Churchill, facing Nazi horror, he named fear itself as the enemy to fight first, rallying a nation through calm defiance. Nelson Mandela, enduring prison's terror, he mastered inner fear, emerging without bitterness to lead reconciliation. Serena Williams, on court facing match points, she channels pressure's horror into focus, turning fear into fuel for comebacks. What about you? What conflicts unleash your horror and fear? What mastery could turn them from foes to signals? Facing war's companions exceeds bravado. It's strategic awareness. It's preparing mind for terror's freeze, training spirit against panic's flight. It's about knowing what horror paralyzes me in strife, what fear scatters my resolve, what denial lets them rule, what victorious life awaits the one who anticipates the twins. Yet, this mastery requires honesty. It means admitting conflict's full cost, realizing Ares never fights alone. Deimos and Phobos flank him eternally. Accepting that ignoring them invites defeat from within. Most fight blindly. They charge, arguments without pause, risks without preparation, wars without reckoning inner shadows. Fearing acknowledgement weakens them. But those who see Homer's truth, they conquer doubly. Ancient epics like the Iliad showed heroes felled as much by fear as swords. Achilles raged, but even he knew panic's grip. The wise warriors? They fought with eyes on the companions, prevailing through soul's discipline. Will you name horror and fear? Will you fight knowing they ride with every conflict? So I challenge you today. Are you ready for war's true companions? Not with naive courage, not ignored shadows, but by breathing deeply, entering strife aware and asking, where do horror and fear lurk now? What terror freezes my action? What panic scatters my strength? What blindness invites their rule? What would I win anticipating them? And profoundly, what triumphant life awaits the warrior who masters the twins? Because here's the truth. No conflict comes clean. No battle, no argument, no challenge arrives without horror and fear. None wins saying, "Here they did not accompany." That victory belongs to the prepared. Strength forges in awareness. Yet, by naming the companions, training against their grip, quieting their roar, you'll fight undefeated from within. And once you truly face horror and fear, no strife overwhelms you. The world forever sends Ares alone in illusion. But your greatest power is in seeing his eternal escort. Because when you anticipate the twins, its dread, its panic, its truth, no enemy truly terrifies. No battle breaks spirit, no war is lost unseen. Because when horror and fear are known, you become the master of war. So today, enter conflict eyes open. Name the companions, not in despair, but dominance. Begin the deepest strategy, the warfare that accounts for all. Because horror and fear accompany war, but need not accompany your victory.
If you felt inspired by our journey through the Hellenic horizons, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.